I'm starting all over again. But welcome, gentlemen, to this car show that we don't have a name for yet. Hopefully, by the time we're done, we do have a name. Kindly introduce yourselves and tell us why you like cars, what cars you like. Yeah, that the cute stuff.
Okay, so it begins with me. My name is Kobe Spikey. I don't know why I like cars. I just know that they're the only thing besides tech that I love, that I don't mind spending all my money on.
Very true.
And going bankrupt on. I really don't care. If I had my dream cars and no house, I really wouldn't care. So
you had a wagon, you could live in the car.
I mean, yeah, if I had a wagon, I could live in the car. So yeah, cars. Listen, I don't need to know why I love them. I know I love them, and it's like a relationship that is working, you know. And somebody asks you, why do you love your wife? You're like, bruh, do I really need a reason? I wake up and I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's all that I need. Yeah. What kind of cars do I like?
Yeah, what kind of cars do you like? Or what are your two favorite cars? Oh wait, let me make it this way. If money was not
is that the discussion or that's the intro part of the intro?
That's part of the intro. I just want to
if money was not
no object, what car
was no object, which two cars would you put in?
I think
every time I hear that question I just get flashbacks.
You see, that question is very difficult to answer when you're a petrol head, because I'm a BMW stan. I mean, I love BMWs, but that doesn't mean that I don't walk past a Mercedes and not look at it, or an Audi and not look at it. If money were not an option,
there's have to be two cars.
Yeah, I mean, if
a balanced three cars.
If money was not an option,
yes,
I wouldn't even care what car. I would probably just build anything that I felt like, you know. So I'm looking for this, because we all know how difficult it is to get a car and it doesn't have that one thing that you wish it had. You know? So, I mean, I would just build my own damn car. Like that guy who built his Rolls-Royce Landaulet that looks like a boat.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I would build my own car, give it everything that I wanted. If I want a big engine, I mean, I'll even make my engine...
W16?
Oh, scalable. Bruv. Like today I feel like driving a 4-cylinder. I take out 12 and put it at
modular.
home. Modular, exactly. Yes. That's the word. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, I have this knack of forgetting a lot of things, including words. So, yeah, I might be looking for words from people. Yes, I'll make my engine modular. Sometimes I might want to experience, you know, a 4-cylinder. I take out the 12, put it at home.
It's a car going to be made out of Lego. What's this?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, if money was not a problem, I could make a car that is, it's not necessarily Lego, but like everything can be taken. I can make it electric.
Okay, let me cut it. You have $2 million.
Why? See, the man won't put limit on my dreams. The man won't put limit on my dreams. Do you know how many people will be impressed?
For 2 cars in your garage.
You know how many people, you see...
That's a Bugatti and a Bugatti.
Personally, wait, $2 million to pick any two of my cars, and I still have to live in Ghana. Wait, I still have to live in Ghana.
It has to be too.
So location is very important. Because location is very important.
If I still have to live in Ghana, clearly I can't buy a Bugatti.
No. You know what? Let's just make question.
There is one guy in Aboso who apparently sells Bugatti spare parts. So you might not be as stuck as you think.
You guys are making this too. It's a hypothetical question. Okay, tell me 2 cars you want.
Let's just say now.
Yeah, right now. 2 cars. Okay, tell us 2 cars you would like.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Does that include the car you want back?
See, okay. That question hard because like I start already, I reached 5 cars. So listen, I think the best question would be that.
Let's answer your own question, don't mind him.
Yeah. Answer. Tell us something.
Okay. So right now, with the state I am in as I speak to you.
Okay.
If I had to choose 2 cars to fit my lifestyle right now, it would be 1, a daily, which would be a Honda Civic Type R.
Okay.
And then 2, my dream BMW, which would range. So I'd probably have to choose E92 M3 because of the V8, and I just have loved that car since it was made till now. Like there's nothing I can do that will not make me dream about that car. an X6M, doesn't matter which generation.
Interesting.
Because, yes, reason being that I live in Ghana and roads no good.
Well,
You know, so like I need to have an SUV. I'm still going. A 6 Series, M6, obviously. And every BMW I choose has to be an M.
okay.
An M6 for the fact that I think that it's one of the, coupes that really stands out.
Okay, so just in case there are people who are not really into cars listening to us,
Yeah,
you said
love it.
X6M
Yes.
and then an M6. Two very different things.
First, yes. So the X6M is an SUV,
Yeah.
but foolishly powered. Like it's super fast.
Okay.
And then the M6 is a coupe. So it's not. It's a Playboy car. Yeah. And then the M8 competition.
Okay.
Then there's also the M2. And then there's the 1M coupe. You see where I'm going with this. It'll be very difficult for me to choose. When it comes to BMWs, yeah, I'll probably just have a fleet. But yeah, you get the point.
Yeah. So, who is up next?
I mean, if you're flowing in this direction,
Yeah, which seems to be up.
because I feel like your answers are going to be the most interesting of the lot.
I don't think so, actually.
No, interesting to every petrol head who will be listening.
Yes, I can't wait for that bit. Anyway, my name is Mike Majestic Ajiti.
Ish. Bro.
It may or may not be on my passport, bro.
Right, we know they play.
Nah, it's really not a game over here. Anyway, why do I love cars? Because it simply makes me happy. It's as simple as that. Like Sparky said, you wake up and then you get into a car then to sit in the car of your dreams one day, and it just sitting in there makes you feel happy. Why does it do that? I honestly can't tell you. Why does anyone enjoy a particular food or a particular song or a particular movie? Cars are one of those things that do it for me. Yes, broadly speaking, there's a love of engineering in there. I love aircraft, I love spaceships, I love things that go boom. But cars are the most accessible of the lot. I mean, I'm not going to own the US Air Force, or, despite what Elon Musk tries to make the mankind thing, own my own rocket fleets that will go to Mars or wherever. But with a bit of work, actually, forget it. I actually do own one model of my dream car right now. And whenever I'm feeling down, or even sometimes when I'm not feeling down, anytime I sit in the car, I always have a smile on my face. Unless it's broken down, which hasn't happened. So it still always puts a smile on my face, and that's what does it for me. Cars equal joy, and it's as simple an equation as that. Now, am I supposed to talk about my dream car garage? Owing to the conversation that started earlier, I'll do it in two ways. The first way, if money no of them, make a car of my choice like Spikey did. I would make a McLaren 720S wagon, so shooting brake, but off-roadified. So I'd have the speed and performance of the
Basically,
McLaren.
a rally McLaren.
Yes, a rally McLaren with carrying space, so I can go and buy cement and wood at the market and then load it into the back, no problem. And
You make it sound like you buy cement and wood on the regular.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
Well, you live in Ghana, you could be buying cement and wood on the regular.
And by having that shape, I would never be caught out anywhere.
Okay.
Anyway, but that is hypothetical. And if McLaren are listening and do want to get on to this idea, I work remotely now, right? My email and contact information will be in the description of the podcast or on the page where the video is hosted. Get in touch and let's talk something out. I will test the car here for you, or come up there and do it with you. We go on work, so get me. Anyway, so now let's talk about real cars that exist now that I'd like to own. E92 M3, because again, that V8 engine is such an absolute joy. And in that car, it's just automotive perfection, pretty much. But it's not always practical. So, to balance that off, I would have either a M340i wagon, because it's pretty much the same thing as the M3 wagon. That's the current and immediate past generation, and they're pretty much the same thing. And it allows me to do modifications to it to make it as stupid and powerful as possible. And it is still extremely practical because it's a wagon. I'll have 2 pickups, one a Holden Maloo, because that is full on practicality but no sense at all.
But left-hand drive.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's an Aussie car, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's
fine. All the better. I don't need the sense in there. Imagine having that. You're taking it to Abumbushi and you bought your groceries for the month, and now you're honing it back through Liberation Road back to the house.
Wait. Random question though. I think this was even a question that came up on either the Grant or Top Gear, where they were talking about how Americans are able to put their groceries in the back of a pickup truck, but it wouldn't work in the UK because it would be nicked.
Yeah.
Like stolen, pretty much. Do you think that would happen if you put your groceries in your pickup truck at the back?
I mean, we do it here.
We do?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, okay, I don't know if Obi hasn't introduced himself, and if I start to tell the story, it might eat into the time, so you continue. I think that should be a topic for another day.
Okay.
Okay, fine. But that's how the reason I say that because
In fact, let me summarize it.
Yes.
These guys were coming from the airport. They picked their stuff, put it in a truck, and then when they got to the traffic light at Kalkudi, these guys came, to say, like, wave them because their windows were up, wave them, something, and these guys waved back, and then they drove off until they got home, and then everything in the back of the pickup was gone.
I've been taken.
Like, crap, the guys who came to wave at them
we're busy.
So the car behind them was the one, he was with them, but he saw the people taking the stuff, and apparently the people made it seem as if, we've taken the stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was how they
damn.
got robbed.
Wow.
So you want to try that?
I mean, you say that, but the thing is, we own the pickup. It's exactly how we got our groceries.
They didn't know that they should have tied it with that rope.
Yeah, Cause okay, fine. Because no Ghanaian will be like, oh yeah, everything is in the back free. Anybody can pick. Because someone's going to grab that stuff. But we had that even after a while. We got a cover for the pickup so that it was an enclosed space. But either way, in practicality, it works. So fine, have 2. And the Maloo does have a folding trunk.
Okay.
So yeah, it's covered. So close it up and lock up, and then hoon your way back home. And that's for. But if I want to take something to the farm, I don't know, a Raptor. Honestly, I'm
truck. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, you say that, but it's not rooted in my head, and now I want to do that. You know what? I take it back. Yes, Cybertruck. Thank you.
A Tesla Cybertruck.
A Tesla Cybertruck.
In this here Ghana.
Oh yeah, the heat go over me rough, but I'll take it anyway.
Okay.
And
Why would it need to be a problem?
heat and batteries are not a good
heat,
match.
Yeah.
I mean, your phone, try charging it in the sun, see what happens.
No, but that just means that you're saying that you will use an EV in Ghana, period.
Well, they just need to be tropicalized with some proper cooling.
Yeah,
Yes.
that conversation.
thermostats.
That conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't gotten to Obi yet, but you have heard him.
Like, it's just that I've been triggered so badly. But anyway, at some point, I want to talk about another episode. I have to talk about automotive history.
Oh yeah.
Because that's a lot of mileage in there.
Huh?
Isn't that right?
Oh yeah. Some people have.
Some people have some
Wait,
deep.
did you say continuing cuts, deep gouges?
And I guess that's it.
Pretty much it.
The only other car I would add to that would be a van.
What's a van?
Yeah,
Okay. Like one of the Mercedes transporters.
kind of like that, but then A-teamified.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because Guy Ritchie did. That's I got a idea from him and the A-team. Apparently, that's what he does. He gets a van, and on the outside it looks like a regular van, but on the inside it is spec to perfection. Or in his words.
Random side notes. Gary Ritchie has a new movie coming out soon with Jason Statham.
So the thing, I saw that in random side note. I saw that, and it's like, yes, a new movie coming with Jason Statham, and all the Guy Ritchieisms are in there. I have no idea what the movie is about.
Yeah.
It's just a Guy Ritchie movie, and we'll watch it because it's awesome.
Alright, so Mr. Obi now.
Or if you want to connect Guy Ritchie to cars again, he directed one of the best car adverts out there of the M3 Escape when he saw what was it, Liam
It's
Neeson?
an M5, it's not M3. It's M5,
Sorry,
the
the
BMW driver series. You should go check it out. 2003, 4.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, so my name is Obi. That's all you pretty much need to know for now. What's the second question?
Why do you like cars? How do you get into cars?
Why I like cars? I don't know. I don't remember how I got into cars. My father tells me a story of how when he took me from the hospital when I was born, put me in the car seat or whatever. Like I instantly smiled. That's his theory. I think I've always been drawn to cars. Cars give you a sense of peace, which is a weird thing to say because I'm always speeding in them. But I'm at peace when I'm in a car. It helps me clear my head. A lot of my friends know this about me. So I can't say exactly what it is that draws me to cars. I just know like I've been stupid about cars for a long time. So I learned how to drive when I was 12 years old because it was either that or I take the car and bash it. So I was taught how to drive at 12 just because my mom felt it was better than having me crash. Yes, I've always had a thing for cars. I've had a thing for different things about cars, right? So I've had a thing for looks. I've had a thing for interior design. I've had a thing for exterior design, which are two different things. There's a separate thing from looks altogether. I've had a thing for loud exhaust, power, cylinders. So yeah, I think when I see all of that come together, and like a BMW. So again, I'm also a very big BMW fan. I think that's the perfection. I didn't begin to like BMWs because I saw them in a magazine. Like I actually had experiences where I was driving my BMW, well not my mom's BMW, and had a near-death experience, and I was just amazed at the engineering because I knew I had flipped the car, but the car held its own, right? So when I say I'm a fan of BMW, I don't just say because I've read some magazines or whatever. Like I've actually like done some silly things in those cars, as opposed to other cars. What cars I own right now?
I mean, yeah.
So the funny thing, I like BMWs, but I'm also a big, well not big, but I think Mercedes has had some wins. So you guys, I'm surprised to hear this, but there'll be a couple of Mercedes in my page. So there are some Mercs I have to rescue before they go extinct. So the first one is the CLS. Yeah. So the CLS, 2000 and what's the new one? The new one is the one where they put the 4-cylinder, right?
The new one.
So the one before that, the one that had the shark shape.
That.
Right? The one when it first came out,
The Magic Mouse.
it had two seats.
The Magic Mouse.
The Magic
CLS.
Mouse one. So the facelift of that one, I'll get the 63 version of that because they stopped making the 63 engines. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be a waste. That's going to be a collector's item. It's a V8. We're losing out on V8. So I will pick that up first. I'm very drawn to the C63 AMG Coupe just because of the look. So I would rescue those from extinction. Right? Give them safe haven in my house, my garage, right? And then ideally an M2. Ideally an M2, I wouldn't daily an M2. Let me take that back. I would daily an X6M, right? Just because it gives me the power and the right height I need. That combination. So ideally an X6M, I would weekend an M2 and an M4. Just based on where I'm going and who I'm doing it with. And then, as much as you guys might hear me say this, I don't like the interior of the M8 as much. Like I know that they went back to the heritage of the first, but there's something about it that it's not. And I might be just going off on a tangent, but I just feel like there's something basic about the interior. They didn't bring along the new generation interiors into that car, so I don't know that I'd get an M8. I think I would get.
So you just have that feeling that they were holding back.
No, it's like they wanted to pay homage to. You know how BMW is always paying homage to something. So they're paying homage to.
They did that with the current design.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the current design is like a CL, it's paying homage to the CL from the whatever, the 50s or whatever. And then the 8 interior is paying homage to like the very first
The
one.
E31
Yeah, the
8
E31 8 series, right? So it's not because I'm big on interiors. I won't drive a car because it's nice on the outside, as you can see from that new one. So I would probably do like a 6. So to be a 2, 4, 6 M's, and then a daily and an X6M just because of the terrain that we live in. I'm tempted to try out a Tesla, but I don't like EVs. I feel like the silence is weird. I feel like I might kill people. So I don't
this
think.
part you could.
Yeah,
this is a
part of the
conversation
world.
we've had
Yeah.
about if loud exhaust should actually.
Yeah.
Loud exhaust save lives.
Well, I guess that's why it's talks of fitting EVs with your preferred sound. So you could have your Guardians of the Galaxies pew 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 pew.
But that's
when
the
you're
thing.
driving
But you
past.
see that you're going to go into a lot of reg tech around, what's possible, what can you do? Because me, I'll go and do the clown horn. Like that's how I pull up. That's how I pull up to like cantonments. So that's the reason I don't like EVs. Look, I support the movement and everything, but I don't think it's sustainable. No, I don't.
I just thought of a great sound effect to have on an EV. That's the Tron OST.
Oh,
I would have the Dolby sound.
I have THX.
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 Sorry,
THX.
that's what you mean, right?
That's what I meant. THX
Yeah.
what I'd have.
Yeah.
That'd be so.
So yeah, I mean that's. What was the question? The question was about driving now.
Oh no, you've answered. You can answer the question anyhow because of the tumultuous experience I had with Spiky.
Well, no. So in terms of like drive experience, those are the cars that I look forward to driving. The CLS AMG, the 663 Coupe. But I know you can't play. The thing is, you can't play as hard with AMGs as you can with BMWs, which is why I'd rather drive the BMWs.
Okay.
Because AMGs will tend to let you down a couple of times a week.
Hey, the comments section.
I have absolutely nothing to
but-
say.
yeah.
Percy actually begs to differ on this today.
Yeah, I promise you, like, and it's weird because he has an M.
Yeah.
He
has
so
an AMG
Percy
as
is
well.
convinced.
That his Mercedes are more reliable
Yeah.
than
That is
BMW. You see,
BMW.
I have a simple question. Which one does he drive more?
I think he doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive neither
Yes.
as much as
He has a separate deal.
he has a separate
And
day.
every
Yeah.
once in a while he picks, okay, you are the toy for
So he
this
says
year, you are
the
toy for-
X6M goes under the covers every Sunday. It's his weekend
Yeah.
plaything. And I
Yeah.
think the AMG is also a plaything, but not as.
Wait, which AMG?
I think it's C63.
C63.
Maybe 204.
So he's not really put either one of them through the paces to see which one.
Maybe
is
the
going
X6M because I know he's done a lot of trips with that, and
The
he's even
X5.
tuned. The X5M, my bad.
Yeah.
The X5M, he's tuned in and stuff. But anyway, we digress.
Yeah. Okay, so I am Winston. How did I get into cars? I also do not know. It seems like that's a running theme. Yeah, because to piggy off of Obi, one of the stories my mom told me about when I was extremely young is that I had this very interesting habit of wanting to go underneath the cars in the house.
No wonder he said he's a gearhead and not a
Yeah.
petrol. Won't go change gears from
And then
under.
go under cars, look at gearboxes.
Yeah, so I used to try and crawl underneath the cars and stuff like that. So I'm very interested in the way they work. These guys are interested.
I'm
in
a
the way
normal
they
kid.
work.
This is the kind of guy who would pull accelerator cable to rev an engine.
He would.
I mean, yeah. Do you know how many times I've been thinking about doing that? You know, in the movies, you just enter, then you put the screwdriver in, and I wanted to try that. I've also wanted to try hot wiring. So yeah, those are just the way it works.
If a clutch cable is not a doorbell in your house, then there's something wrong.
So cars I would want. You guys were waiting.
This is what I'm waiting for.
First of all, the first one I know all of you know.
Camry Spider. Of course, the Bronco.
No, actually not.
Hey.
Lamborghini Urus. You guys know this. Yes, you guys know this.
Actually, you have to advise yourself.
It's just an Audi with the edges.
I'm surprised, to be very honest, with Winston. I'm surprised it's the Urus and not the RSQ8. I have to be very honest.
Yeah.
They look very similar.
They function very similar.
And
They are very similar.
They are
the
the
same
same
car,
car.
actually.
Yeah.
They're the same car.
So the reason I love the Urus is that I fell in love with it in 2012 when it was a concept.
Yeah.
I have followed it from 2012. So I have loved
Would you
this.
believe that I've also followed the Urus that long?
Yeah.
When some guys on YouTube were selling kit car versions
yes.
of the Urus,
Yeah.
I was one of the people who almost fell for that that front.
I mean, I jam my eye too because it's like I'm not an SUV fan, so I was like, why not make the S2K instead?
Bro, they did everything. Even they had Huracan, they had an Aventador kit car, quote unquote. But and what made me even more attracted to it was that it came with a BMW engine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Lamborghini Urus for daily, it's going to be an expensive daily because that's a 6.3 V8, right? I believe. Yeah. So that's what. Now a car I am extremely interested in, is a Koenigsegg Gemera. We talked about this today.
That's not a bad car actually. That's a very interesting vehicle.
See, that's why I asked this gentleman.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
because
Ghana.
he said now.
The weird thing.
He said now too.
Now, sir, if I had the money, I would buy it right
And
now.
bring it to Accra.
I'm ready.
No, for the bands there, yeah, you should do it. The funny thing, Winston is the only person out of all of us who's mentioned any sort of hypercar. At least
No, because let me tell you why he mentioned it. He mentioned it because it's a hypercar that allows a family.
Yeah,
That's
it's the first. Yeah, like,
exactly.
why-
That's his thing. His thing is the first.
It's a
family
practical
hypercar.
He's the first
And
family
I
man in
honestly
this
don't
in this
think
whole
that-
thing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think a family hypercar is a good idea.
But then again, he was like this even before he became a fan.
Yeah, I'm extremely practical about everything. I feel like
This
it's
is not
a practical.
practical.
It is a practical
It's not
hypercar.
practical hypercar.
Just because it has a 1 point
You know,
something liter
practical.
engine.
It has, so that's the second reason why I want the Koenigsegg Gemera. It has the
An engine,
TFG.
an engine
The most-
comparable to a Corolla.
Nah,
Which is why I was going to give you a Camry Spider.
it has a 2-liter 3-cylinder engine that churns out 600 horsepower.
But
It is the most powerful.
You're not being fair to the car because it's also powered by a huge
Yeah,
battery pack.
three batteries.
But-
So it has about 1,700 horsepower.
Exactly.
But
So,
still,
It's not being churned out from the 2.6 liter engine.
No, the rest are not. The 600 horsepower is the capability of the TFG. That's what they call that.
That thing is just
and the
witchcraft.
science behind, yeah, exactly. The science behind that, because
And the gears don't change sequentially. Is that what I heard?
yeah, they don't. It's a very. What is even more amazing is that the 4-cylinder, which should have more power, the most powerful 4-cylinder engine is the Mercedes A45S 4-cylinder, which is showing about 463 horsepower, something like that. And you have a 3-cylinder that is doing about 150 horsepower more than that. It's an extremely extremely interesting engine.
One of them is made from Wolverine's skeleton because like the engine just doesn't make sense.
The thing I like about that car is I like the interior. I think the interior was very tastefully designed.
And the exterior is also quite nice. The one door thing is very interesting for me.
That's a big ass. Look,
I don't know how it's gonna work.
Listen, that exactly. You see that door?
Yeah.
That door is going to scrape
Oh yeah.
in this town.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's made from paved
Wait,
road.
so has anyone bought one yet?
No.
No, I don't think anyone's bought one yet.
1 point something $1 million.
$1.7 million.
So it's cheaper than the Chiron actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I'm actually
that's a
interested.
bargain.
You know who get
That's
one?
a bargain right there.
know who-
Cristiano
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, you think Ronaldo will get one?
The
Well-
Gemera?
Yeah.
I mean, he has. Sorry for this, but he has too many kids.
No, but he's
Is that- is that-
still-
but he
he's
has
stopping-
he
Stop
has them for
getting his
Antonio, huh?
toys.
I mean,
Which
no,
of his kids? How many
I
of his
mean, in
kids
the
is sitting
sense
there?
that I think people who want to get it as collector's items, yes. But maybe there are people like me who are thinking about, this is a practical hypercar.
Please buy an F90 M5 if that's what you're
I
thinking
mean,
about.
honestly, like, look, that doesn't make any
1.7.
sense.
If I was your family member and you spent $1.7 million,
That's just factory cost. I can assure you. I think
Options.
Taxes.
Wait, so you kit it. You kit it. Let's say you buy a stock.
Base.
Right? You bring it to Ghana.
Is there such a thing?
You are doing duty. So let's say your duty is 500. let's be modest.
Wait, they'll calculate the duty on your cylinders first.
Yeah.
Before now, they'll kind of
Like
calculate
EV.
your EV
Yes.
duty.
So let's be modest. Let's say it's $200,000.
Oh, nah. I feel like about $500,000.
Just don't worry, I'm being modest. Let's be modest. So $200,000, that's to bring the car into the country, right? Then you go to DVL, who know what to do with it. So you're like, boss, this one, let's round it off to like 50K for everything, right? Then you go to the insurance company and try and figure out.
So when you get it, they tell you that we can't cover this on third party.
So they have to speak to their reinsurers and then give you like some sort of.
The car probably is valued more than the insurance company itself.
So let's assume you devalue the car. You say you bought the car for $800,000, right? Then they'll say, okay, we'll give you $100,000. So you're spending $300,000, right? Now with the Chiron can't sit past a certain time period without certain things getting serviced, right? Whether you're driving the car or not, right? So it's not like you can leave the car in the garage and be like, oh, we're good. Even if you don't run the car, you have to change the tires, you have to change the oil, you have to change all these little things, right? The Chiron running costs are $400,000.
You can't send the Chiron to Airport Shell.
And that's the best place.
Right? So that's now $600,000 for your $1.7 million car. Just upkeep.
For 1 year.
It's not a practical vehicle.
My guy.
As you'd like to think.
No, but
it's
then
not a practical vehicle.
As you'd like to think.
We are not being sensible here. I mean, you guys both like X6Ms, and you both of you especially know how those cars drink fuel.
No, calm down. See,
listen.
His daily is a 6.8 euros.
That's
So already his daily is drinking more than our dailies. Do you understand?
I'm not done.
This is not. I'm coming over. I'm showing something because he uses the word practical. I don't feel like anybody who has a hypercar.
He's thinking practical.
But it's a practical hypercar. That's what I said.
Practical hypercar.
I think maybe you should have put that practical in air quotes.
Because what does practical mean? You know who's going to buy one, and then I'll tell you how we're going to figure out the maintenance cost. Money Koshman is going to buy one. I'm sure he will buy one, right? Because Manny Koshman will just pull out 3 Bugattis and be like, it was a sunny day.
You see his last video?
Yes.
So
Manny is the guy who's going to buy one, and then he will tell us who.
This is a hypothetical question, so I can get away with it. Moving on, a car it's a car I actually actively want today. E63 Estate or wagon version, not the E63.
What is it with you guys and wagons?
It's practical.
No, okay.
Everything is practical.
No, here's the thing. Okay, let me tell you right now the thing with wagons for me. Yeah, you're getting all the advantages of a sedan, right? And
the more boot space.
More boot space.
Why do you need more boot space?
Because
why not?
Yeah, like how many times I put stuff in my boots?
I wonder. Are you carrying logs to the bank? I don't know what's going on.
Look, my car is.
I would like to have it.
Even now, my boot is even emptier now than when I had my Golf.
Yep.
Right.
That's because you had an amp in the Golf.
Yes.
And in this car that you've bought,
and then
BMW engineers better. Yes. But the BMW system is much better, so you don't need an amp. Do you understand?
No.
We're actually having a conversation around vaginations, inefficiencies. You brought it up inadvertently. I don't think you meant to do that. But Michael, the only reason why your Golf didn't have boot space was because you took an amp and you put it in your boot. It was a big ass amp. Right?
True.
Now you have a
and woofer.
And a woofer. Like there was nothing in your boot apart from sound.
But
right?
But
no.
Let
right?
yes.
I want you to say yes. I want you to say yes.
I would say yes on one condition.
What?
Right? And
but he's already said yes.
Shut up. I'll say yes on one condition, and you guys, all of you. I'll say yes if all of you agree that it did improve to the car.
No, there's no contest. But I'm saying that your boot space was adequately used, right, to carry your sound around.
Yes.
Now you've made the jump to a BMW, and the BMW internal home sound system is better than you want.
I mean, the only reason I've not installed an amp is just because I've been too lazy about it.
Are you going to put an amp in the BMW? You wouldn't. It doesn't fit the aesthetic of your car. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is a serious thing that people don't realize about the BMW brand. Like there's an aesthetic that things don't fit. When I was driving a VW, right? I had the same thing. I had a nice Sony Explode, I had a remote control, I stand outside my car now, turn up the volume. That was there. Once you make the migration, you no longer require such. Do you understand? And this is something that I don't understand when you guys say you want more boot space. What is in your boot?
You know, you're never caught. It's like having a lot of boot space.
Yes.
Right. And bear in mind, you're not losing anything. You're not losing much by getting that boot space.
You are
Weight,
adding
aerodynamics.
Exactly. Weight, aerodynamics.
Aerodynamics are not that bad. Effect.
Okay. Tandem radius.
Not that bad.
No.
But you guys are getting SUVs though.
I mean,
So what
It's
is
an
this?
SUV.
It's different.
It's a different thing altogether.
Can you chase me off the road in Pram Pram?
in an Urus? Yeah.
No,
In
in,
a
your
Urus.
station wagon.
if I bring my Raptor, where are you running to?
You guys have seen
No,
the
you are comparing
If I
it
bring my
with your...
Cybertruck, where are you running to?
wait. You guys have seen the off-road kits that a certain company did for the E63.
Why do you need an off-road kit?
When you can just buy a car that is meant to go
Off-roading car.
off.
So why are you buying the
point
car?
exactly.
Because it is a very good.
Okay.
Here's my thing. I would rather have it and not need it.
Why?
You see,
Because I would rather have it and
Obi,
not need it.
let me give you a typical example of why...
Boot space is like hard drive space. You can never
You have
have
enough. Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
no. This analogy I will not agree with because I am a hard drive space guzzler. And I am...
Have you ever looked at
Look,
ever
listen,
had a
look,
chance
look,
to look
man,
at
listen,
that?
I-
Oh, it's
I went grocery shopping today.
I don't want to catch you, right? But right now, I have 2 hard drives sitting that I got from Spiky that I bought like 3 months ago when I have no need for space. Because when he brought the thing, I already deleted the files that I needed to delete. I freed up space on my Mac, right? I was good. But I have those hard drives in my bag. You know why? Because it's more practical. However, having a longer boot serves absolutely no purpose. Because what are you going to be doing with a longer boot?
Let me just tell you
Putting more
something.
stuff
Let,
like
wait,
this.
wait, let me just give you guys a typical instance, right? I'm driving that Range Rover right now.
Yeah.
I went grocery shopping. Guess where I put my shopping?
Backseat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The boot is there.
Yeah.
Why did I put it in the boot?
That's on you.
No,
So
that's
you
the
are-
point.
No, I'm coming. Wait. So you are taking groceries and put it in your long boot in your station wagon, and you think that by the
No,
time you
I
get
walk
home,
all the way
groceries will be
I walk
intact.
all the way to the
They
back.
have compartments where you
Oh,
can.
guys.
all of them.
Which
No.
those nets, those nifty little
Forget
things
that.
that.
I forget that the emails.
No.
Do you know the things I had to buy? I bought about 50 boxes of series. I had to put all that in there, and I bought wine. Am I going to put all the wine?
Guys.
About 10 bottles of wine in.
No, wait,
I mean,
I'm
come
coming.
on.
Let's do an audit. Let's do a boot audit, right? Let's pick proper Kagbe, right? So this is somebody who is completely into his cars. He does his own work on his cars, all of that stuff. He's probably carrying a toolbox this long, right? Probably this high, right? That will go under a compartment in the boot. Yes, or it will go on top of the spare tire in the boot. Yes, he's carrying. He will not need it, but he's carrying a gallon of Castrol, right? He's carrying transmission fluid. Yes, because
Meth kit.
Yes, he has a
Meth.
meth kit.
Yes, a gallon of meth.
Yes, he has a cylinder of nitros. Just because. what else is going in his boot?
He has a jump starter kit.
He has a jump starter kit.
Yes.
That's your electronic jack.
In fact, that's all
It
in
comes
one
in
whole
it comes in a
case.
box.
Okay.
So that's
So it has all that.
We're finding.
So, all right, fine.
We're still
So,
feeling the.
okay,
the
fine.
It's 5 things. Though.
Okay, fine. Let's say that's my car.
Uh-huh.
Right, me, as I am right now in this stage of my life. Fine. I have all those things in my car. Proper car bay, and I have all these things ready for whatever will happen. That's my car sorted. Alright, let's add work. My work laptop.
Carrying
Backpack.
equipment.
In the boot,
Yeah,
you put
always.
your laptop in the boot.
Always.
Why?
I don't have it just sitting in there in the boot and it's plastic glory. It's inside my laptop bag, which is padded to high heaven with the rest of my
So
suit.
why is it in the boot?
It's always in the boot. I never not put my laptop
So
in the
your,
boot.
so
I think
I'm
this
saying
is-
your passenger seat is empty. Your 3 back seats are empty.
Never,
Your laptop bag
never
is in-
inside the cabin of the car. Never.
Why?
And if anybody ever puts their stuff inside the cabin of the car, I always insist that fine, if you're putting your stuff in, like your laptop or whatever, in the cabin of the car, first thing you do, it goes down to the floor in the back seat.
That's acceptable. Look,
This is why I buy coupes instead of sedans. And you see, because people seem to not realize that all that space behind them is so useless.
it's useless.
I have 3 seats behind me that people barely sit on,
Well,
and it's still in my car occupying
I
space.
carry a lot of for work. Carrying lights.
Bro, I carried your entire equipment in the back of my car.
I didn't carry
And
lights
we're not
and
in the
everything.
hood.
I didn't carry lights or anything else.
But we're not put the lights in the. Okay, we'll have
Yeah,
put the lights
cool.
in the.
Wait. How much space would this one
Bro,
carry?
this thing.
My
shows
coupe
that-
has carried more stuff than everything in this studio as we sit right now.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
That's
you
fair for you.
haven't shown us.
What makes
And I
Honestly,
said,
okay,
I
see.
would rather have it and not need
I
it.
would like to believe that these guys go camping or picnic.
I am
Picnicking.
really interested in that.
Actually, you know what? Screw it. We can even add to that. We're talking about the Sunday road trip. I filled my boot space with all the food. So I've got my car.
But you were driving your current car.
Yeah.
But every time we make that trip, do I not spread the stuff around in everybody else's
Everybody's
cars?
car. Yeah.
Wait, so you want to carry all of it
I mean, fine. That
and
one.
then bear all the weight
Okay.
and be the slowest of the pack?
Huh?
That's what you want to do.
What?
We agree now. Moving on, everything goes into Michael's car. Every equipment,
We're
every
aligned.
ice chair, so he's the slowest of the
What?
pack.
Have you given me my M340i with a B58 engine?
We,
Now then tuned to
we
1000
don't care.
horsepower.
We will give you in your F30, your current F30. I have bowling balls I will be breaking.
But I seriously, because
And an anvil for him to make a samurai sword.
I remember you noticed a shooting break today in traffic, and you were like, "Oh, that's." I'm trying to understand.
What, CLS?
Yeah, so I saw a CLS.
What, see a shooting break in town?
Yeah.
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 It
It's a
wasn't
diesel though.
It wasn't a great color.
For God's
Well, the grey one or the red one.
It was reddish.
Yeah, you saw at the Westlake on Hatcher Road. Yeah, it's for sale. I know that one.
didn't like
You
that.
seen it?
There's a silver one that's a CDI. It's a diesel one.
I'm just
That's
listening to
also
the
in town.
tone in the voice, and it doesn't sound very interesting at all.
No,
First time I saw that thing was outside Bloom. Yeah, and the person was struggling to come out.
You know
Because
what?
of the boot space.
The lens.
Yes.
You know what?
The
The
length.
E63 estate has pretty much the same stats as the sedan. So let's move on.
No,
Let's
I
move
don't
on.
want to.
You can beg to
I
differ,
feel like
but the numbers, the
I don't
figures
want
are the
to
same.
beg.
I mean, I've just always tried to understand wagon people, but you know,
It'd be cool.
see, it no be say it be cool.
And it
That,
does look
it
nice.
never be cool for me because this is a guy who doesn't even think
You
sedans
like
are
coupes.
realistic.
Yes, you like coupes.
So-
That's you.
Me, I think rather than get a sedan, get an SUV.
I
If
know
you are
that.
thinking, oh, I want to pack things, get a big car, then go get yourself an F350 Raptor with 7 seats and double cabin and extra trunk.
Actually, that was one of my next cars.
See,
Oh.
see.
So why do you need a shooting break?
I don't
The
know.
fact,
we are just
go and buy an
mentioning
RV.
what we want.
Go and buy an RV.
I don't want an RV.
But if he gets his E63, that he gets all the driving fun of having a regular E63, but then he can decide to take the pics to the market as well. Nothing less. Nothing less.
Anything else?
There's no. Okay, let's move on.
Charlie,
Time.
I'm actually really shocked. I don't
Okay.
understand what's happening.
So next car.
And the
let's
pizza's
move
not
on.
here.
Next car that I am extremely interested.
Oh, we're still on that.
Next, you guys mentioned like 5 cars.
I
I've only said 2, and you
But it's
guys.
not by force.
Hey, so let me finish. So let me finish.
Come on, fill the garage.
So let me finish.
I mean, I did say that Winston's choice are going to make them with interesting
Yep.
conversations.
And here we go.
F-150 Ford Velociraptor 2016, the Hennessy mod. That was a beautiful
Didn't
car.
he get beaten by the Dodge one?
No, actually no.
The
It
Ram.
the Raptor beat the Dodge one. That was even in Top Gear season 22, I think, or 21, when they went
Where-
to save
where abandoned Hammond on the hill.
on Wolf Mountain in Canada, and then they took it up there. That car is beautiful, extremely capable of roading beast.
I think it is great.
The only problem is it's American, so that's
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Zero finesse. Zero.
It's like boom.
Yeah.
Close the door, yeah, boom, boom.
Another car that I am particularly interested in is actually the C63S.
Can I just say, for someone as conservative as Winston, he hasn't mentioned anything under 8 cylinders.
No. Because I thought because of the way
Oh, he has. No, he has. Yeah.
Well, he hasn't.
So he
the
has.
hypercar.
Yeah, the Gemera, but it doesn't really count.
Listen. The hypercar, the E63 estate. That's not. That's
a bike.
Ford Velociraptor, Hennessy on top.
But
I mean,
they
and
just mentioned the C63S.
technically, the Gemera is literally 3 cylinder. My
Boss.
F30, my
let's
328 has one more cylinder than it.
Let's not.
It's
let's
not a
not-
Gemera.
Let's
Hey,
not.
shush.
It has
Shush.
extra power coming from 3 batteries.
Yeah, but those 3 batteries take it up to 1,000, what, 700?
700, yeah.
I think maybe I should rephrase the statement. The man has not
Engine
mentioned
alone.
anything that is.
No, but
So
you guys
it's
should
not
know.
like-
That's
it's not
daily-
mentioning anything that's below 600 horsepower. That is what he hasn't
My
done.
last one is going to, and you guys definitely know what the last one is, the A45S.
I'm very surprised that you haven't mentioned one EV.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Tell us the thing.
I believe right now hybrids are a better option than EVs. I understand why people want to make EVs, the direction, the general philosophy behind EVs. Yeah, I get it. But is it practical right now? I don't see it. I don't see it happening in Tesla's previous battery day was very interesting. So there's a lot of interesting things that's going to happen in the next 3 years. But besides that, I don't know.
I understand with that.
I mean, I'm not really into speed like you guys, so I don't care about the instant torque. That's one of the most important things that an electric car affords
the
you,
day
and I don't
you
care.
start driving it.
Oh, one other car that I am very curious about is the Lamborghini Sian. We talked about this today. The capacitor technology in there instead of battery tech is extremely interesting.
That's very
All right,
cool.
so we are done, and it's been 47 minutes
Of introduction.
of introduction.
Oh yeah, people need to understand who we are.
Where we are coming from.
Yeah.
Because
Who we are. What else the Boy Scouts?
things.